Hello again everyone, welcome back to Landric Plays, welcome back to more Landric Plays Banished, and you know what, I'm starting to think that we may be slowly coming towards the end of this Banished Let's Play. Oh, don't need you. We have, we've not finished building everywhere, but we have started building in most places. We're slowly covering the entire map. I might see if we can get to 300, maybe even 400, I'll see how I feel, people. But then, yeah, this has been quite successful, I think. We've got our little town over here, we've got a hospital, we've got a blacksmith that's fully stocked. The only place that we haven't quite expanded to yet is over this side. We were going to put down another town here, and maybe squeeze in a tiny one just here, but I think this was mostly, again, just for the sake of this ridiculous bridge. What did we want to put here? We didn't really quite decide, but we'll worry about that later. For now, I've done what I always do, which is go overkill on food. We've tried to swap some stuff around so that we've got a bunch of wheat farms and a bunch of apple orchards. So we've got one here, one here, one here. Any here? No. Because we're trying to produce lots and lots of delicious alcohol. Because one of the things we were short... Why have you got fish in the tavern? How did that happen? Why did that happen? I have no idea. Please don't put it in the beer. That would be terrible. So we're slowly stockpiling a little bit more booze, which hopefully will keep everyone nice and happy. There we go. 5-star happiness, 5-star health, or 5-heart health. What we do need to do is expand our industrial sort of capacity, if you like. So we need some more stone, we need some more mines. Not a load more mines, but we do need a load more stone, probably. So let's put one of those down. In fact, we had one already planned out, didn't we? We had one right here, so let's unpause that. We'll get somebody to build it. Yeah. And then we'll save this orchard to be... Ah, that's right, we're not getting anyone to work here yet, because we're a little bit low on labourers. And wood... that's right, we built all of these new areas, so we'll create one more woodcutter here. I think I'll leave these on sort of not full capacity, because I'm not convinced that it's not diminishing returns for putting more people into these buildings, so I'm happy to spread them out over a larger area. Decrease that slightly. Again, I like having that backlog of labourers working for us. How's the school doing over here? 11 students, that's not bad, considering this town only got built recently. How's the cemetery? Oop, no graves yet. It's always a good sign. It's late summer, so our farmers are probably going to start harvesting soon. Let's take a look at our food graph, our ludicrous food graph. Look at that. Peaking around 30,000 units of food, which is basically double what we've ever had before. So this is going to be a good year, I feel. And yeah, this is why I'm thinking maybe we're getting towards the end of the series, because there's not really a lot more we can do, and the only sort of challenge the game could throw at us, like a tornado ripping through our town, is just going to make me sad, rather than sort of drive me to like rebuild. I will be very sad if our little village of Mulberon gets totally and utterly destroyed. But, you know, touch wood, that won't happen. We're doing fine so far. Everything, in fact, looks very lovely. I really love the effect of, like, this little patchwork farm. I'm a bit annoyed there's this rather unsightly hill in the middle, which stops us completing this lovely pattern, but, oh well, that's how it goes sometimes. We've still got a couple more buildings to go down up here. Ah, that's right. The other thing we wanted to do was... nobody in the boarding house, good. We wanted to upgrade some of these houses. So, we'll upgrade you. I'll upgrade you. I probably shouldn't upgrade all of these in one go, but I'm going to. Ha! Because otherwise I'll forget. Oh good, we've done these ones. Nice. Are there any left over up here? No, we've got all of those. There's only the one house up here. Oh no, there we go, stone house right there. And I think we've done all the ones over here as well. So that's okay then. So that's the last wooden houses in Mulberon. Everyone is now in nice, modern, toasty warm stone houses. Lovely. I tell you what, let's increase the speed a little bit. Where are we? So we're now going at 10 times speed, so some of these things will get built a little bit quicker. We'll be able to expand even more and even more. And that was a point where if we've got double our... like, we've got the highest food we've ever had, why on earth aren't I building more houses? So let's get on that as soon as possible. One there, one there, one there, one there, one there, one there. Nice. Can I squeeze one in here? Nope, just too big. Damn. We'll put another row here then instead. So 1, 2, 3. Nice. Ah, wait, hang on. Nope. Not nice. I did it the wrong way around. Whoops. I mean, we could do it that way, just so it's for a little bit of difference. Yeah, alright, let's do that then. Let's keep it weird and sort of odd-shaped, because that won't bother anyone, I'm sure. Certainly not me. Again, I'm going to annoy our builders by queuing up way too much for them to do in a sensible amount of time. But, you know, they shouldn't have signed up to being banished. There we go. 49 jobs to do for builders, and only 7 builders doing those jobs. Ah well. And you're bringing cherry seeds. Fantastic. Which is... how many coats is that? 500. 150 is that? Nope. We'll get there eventually. There we go. Hooray! Perfect. So we now have every seed in the game, I think. Yep. There we go. Look at all of our trade items. We've got all the livestock, all the orchard seeds, and all of the farm seeds. Wonderful. So we now don't really have to worry about trading unless it's, well, in the long run, I suppose, trading for food, not trading for food, trading for stone, trading food for stone, there we go, which will save us having to build quarries everywhere, because this one is basically only a third of its capacity remaining. So there we go, let's put a cherry orchard there. And we can probably afford to get these ones working as well, just to complete the pattern. So we've got an apple orchard here, cherry orchard here, apple orchard here. You know what, I'm going to swap this over. I'm going to see if I can squeeze another apple orchard out of there. So we'll change that to walnut, we'll change you to apple, and you to apple as well. We'll produce even more delicious cider. Yum yum yum. And then I suppose I'm going to put some houses down here. So they won't be covered by a marketplace, but they will at least give some of these orchard farmers a bit less of a terrible commute. And I'm being pretty cavalier with how I build these houses, but that's fine. I'll put down another well as well. Well. I always say that. Town services, well. We'll put one here at the crossroads, I think. And do we want to put any up here? Maybe. I don't know if we'll be able to squeeze in another orchard, or if we need or want to. Let's just see how big an orchard we can fit in here. So, actually, yeah, we can just about fit one in there, which means we'll squeeze a well in there, I think. So that can go just there. So hopefully if a fire breaks out for some reason in one of these lovely looking orchards, it doesn't burn down everything. These are... This should be an apple orchard, or rather this should be a peach orchard, not an apple orchard, but for some reason it's full of apple trees. I know I flipped it over at one point, but it was already fairly full of apples then. In fact, this one looks like it's full of... I tell you what I'm going to do. Because we're not in danger of losing food and I'm not too worried about this, I'm going to cut this, cut this. And we'll see if that just resets it. It might be that this is producing... there we go, see it's a peach orchard and it's producing apples, so maybe they don't replant it if I flip it over. Which worries me that maybe... Peach, apple... This one's going to produce apples as well, isn't it, unless I cut it. Oh. Traders arrived, just bringing resources, so we could start trading for stone and stuff now that we don't need to really save up for anything else. Could even buy some steel tools. They work a little bit better than other tools. That would cost us 1,000 units of something. Our coats are more or less a renewable resource because they're hunted from deer and grown from sheep. So we can probably just do that. We don't even need that many. 50 will do. And then we can take all of your steel tools. A whole bunch of people have graduated. Do we not have any teachers? Or have they just graduated and have become... words are hard. Have our students all graduated and become teachers? We do... not teachers. Graduated and become labourers. I was worried there that one of our teachers had died and everyone had just sort of run out of the schoolroom yelling and decided to, you know, join the mines instead of become a properly educated member of society. So that's that town up there, sort of like that suburb of Mulveron, if you like, up and running. Do we want to squeeze in some more houses down here as well and expand this bit? I think we do. Put a couple there. How are our builders doing? Yep, still hilariously overstretched. But we're getting there. Can put another row of houses. Ooh, there we go. Can put that house there because I removed this chunk of road. And you're still well within that catchment area of this market, which is good. I'm almost tempted to start expanding into this town as well, just to round off this this thing. But I think we'll keep expanding this one a little bit more first. I might even put 2 schools in this area. How's our school doing down here? Yeah, you still only have 7, so maybe we should flesh... Because this was the first town we built, and I think it's being a little bit overshadowed by the others, so let's go crazy and fill it up with houses. Because again, you know, when you've got a good supply of food and resources, obviously the one thing you want to do is to basically just blow it all on a whole bunch more houses. I'll tuck some more wells in here. Which actually has basically brought us to 0 stone, so we'll keep things on hold for a little bit while we build all of these existing plans. But yeah, look at that, look how pretty everything looks. Nice. I think it's all going very, very well. How's the little forestry place we put all the way up here going? Yeah, it looks like everyone's settled in quite nicely, so we've got more brand new families moving into these houses, and they're already producing more and more children, which means our population is going to basically skyrocket again. Let's have a look at our graphs. So this is our food graph. In fact, wow, it's not only it's shot past 30,000 food, we're now closing in on 45,000. That's probably a little bit excessive, but so let's look at our population. Yep, steadily climbing. Hopefully it's going to stay relatively steady instead of sort of jump to exponentials. Population, citizens, health, happiness, education, clothes. What's this one? Education. So education is closing in on 100%, which is really good. I might even put down a couple more schools to sort of ensure that it doesn't drop too much. Oop, we've got another trader. Corn seeds and potato seeds no longer required, but thank you very much. What other interesting graphs can we look at? Log, stone, firewood, blah blah blah. Alcohol. Yep, you can see all these tiny little spikes where we've just had enough stuff to bring, and now we've actually sort of emphasised our cash crop production, I guess, if you like. It's suddenly shooting up, which is good. So that's going to keep everyone very, very happy. So we've got this big old highway, cobblestone highway here, which goes to essentially a village that doesn't exist yet. So I think we probably ought to put one here. This is a very good candidate for a big highway as well. In fact, I think a lot of these could do with being made a little bit more, a little bit easier to travel, particularly for all the people that are going to travel out this way for work. So we'll drag that around there like that. We don't have enough stone for it, but it'll be fine eventually. I don't know if it right away overwrites the dirt road, so it'll actually be a little bit slower in the short term. But this one here as well can probably be upgraded. And this one here as well. So we might as well do this tiny bit joining them. There you go, look at that. Got some lovely Roman style roads going. And again, probably this one's a good candidate as well, right down the middle of all of these orchards. That'll make people's commute a lot easier later on. Don't know if we need to upgrade any of these. Possibly, but I'll leave it for now, because we don't even have the stone to do the ones that we've done. Which, actually, thinking about it, will take away a lot of the stone that was going towards these houses here. Ah. Okay, so maybe the next time we get a stone trader, we'll grab some resources from them as well. But at least all of this food's getting nicely harvested, which is good. And it doesn't necessarily matter that we're running a bit low on resources, because we don't even have the builders to build everything we want yet. But I will get our labourers to just gather some of this stone that's, you know, just lying around, not doing anyone any good there. We might as well collect all of that. Collect some of this iron too. Yeah, there's a big patch of iron. Ah, here comes another trader. What are you going to bring us, sir and or madam? Chickens and sheep. Can't build towns out of chickens and sheep unless you're playing Catan. So we'll have to wait for another trader. Might be an idea to build a couple more bridges. In fact, we could put a tunnel right through here and then a bridge across to this island as well, which probably wouldn't cut down on any walking, really, let's be honest, because nobody's going to go from all the way over there to all the way over here, but it would look cool. And at the end of the day, that's the most important thing. Oop, you didn't manage to harvest all of this wheat. Where are my lazy farmers? Oh, you got some of it. Okay, that's not too bad then. You just sort of got it in before the frost killed it. But yeah, this town sort of shot up. I've really neglected what I'm going to call sort of Mulberon Central. But then again, there wasn't really a whole lot of space to expand. It is surrounded by this little mountain, which made it a nice place to start. But yeah, I think we have reached the limit of where we can put new houses. Sort of cram a couple more around this hospital and then this town's basically done. Did Whoa, hang on, what? The reserve of food is low? What? No, it's not. What are you talking about? We've got 50,000 stored food. Don't scare me like that, game. Yes, look at that. No, wait, that's alcohol. Almost as important as food, but not quite. But yeah, still increasing. In fact, pushing 50,000 now. You're almost totally out of stone. Well, you still got about a quarter of your stone left. How's the chapel here doing? 23 members? Well, that'll probably go up as the number of people here increases. You're still getting on nicely, so the foresters are mostly going to spend their time clearing away some of this stone and iron as well. And then they'll replant new trees, and this will become lovely, lovely forest. Ooh, we've got another orchard here. What should we put here? I mean, we could... No, not more apples, because we've got apples right there. Pecans, walnuts, pears... Pears? Pears sound good. Let's put some pears there. Oh, plums. Do we have any plums? I don't think we do. We don't. Let's put some plums down. Plum. Plum. There we go. And we've got chestnuts somewhere as well, right? Yeah, there. Lovely chestnut trees. Ooh, that was a whole bunch of deaths all in one go. Luckily no horrible accidents, it's just people dying naturally of old age. Still quite sad, but you know, circle of life. And part of the reason for that is because these expansions go down and I just sort of put down 1 million houses all at once. It means 1 million people will get born at once, but then they sort of will all die around about the same time. Which is something we kind of want to avoid. We don't want these big boom-bust cycles, but it is just sort of the way that it's going to be. Can I put down a tunnel here? I reckon we could if I moved that this one square of road. I'll remove this one and this one just in case that helps as well. Because it would be nice just to get a slightly easier passage through this. It might be that it's too small a hill to actually affect it. Another trader. You're just bringing raw food items, which nope, we really don't need. Can I fit a tunnel here? Again, super overkill, not really needed in any way. In fact, I don't even know if we need one. We might be able to put just a normal road there. Yeah, we can. Nice. So that'll cut down on walking time as well a little bit. Which means we absolutely don't need this tunnel here, but meh. It looks like it won't fit anyway. It's the wrong sort of hill. Okay, so we'll put some of the normal road back as best we can. There and there. But what we can do is we'll just follow this path this way, and then we'll start putting road. Yeah, basically. So we'll let people sort of just walk over this little bit of hill themselves, but then they should use the rest of the roads to get over there. And we can put one here too. So all the farmers that are living over here in this town now can get to work a little bit quicker, which means they can work a little bit harder. Oop, this storage barn's full, so let's put down another one. You're not a storage barn. You are. We'll just drop it right next door. So yeah, things are evolving very nicely, but it definitely feels like we're sort of drawing to a conclusion. We're not there yet, we've still got this town to finish, and we've got a couple more spots that we can build, but it really does feel like we've sort of reached almost the peak of the lovely, lovely village of Molderon. But until we get there entirely, thank you very much for watching. I've been Landric, this has been Banished, and I will see you next time.